There's the video button. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sorry I'm a couple minutes late from when I usually start. I just forgot how to set everything up. It's been a minute. I have not touched OBS. I have not touched MX Bikes in an entire week since last time, since last GP race. But I'm good. I'm good. What you're seeing on screen is what I've been up to for the last week. Finally got on the ARC Raiders hype. I have logged 58 hours in 5 days, I think. 4 days, 5 days, which is disgusting. But I've been gooping. Hello, Doc. You're right. Yeah, we are sadly, very, very sadly, actually, at the final round of the GPs today. We're at round 10. We're at Darwin, Australia. Into that Forza. No, I'm not a big Forza person. Not a big car guy. Not a big car guy at all. Just doesn't really do it for me. I mean, if anybody's been and done the art, I know Reaper's done the ARC Raiders thing. I've been getting. I am in the most friendly like PvE lobbies ever. Like everybody's just so nice. I've had such wholesome interactions with people. It's been like, look at this. We got 12 people all extracting all at the same time together without shooting. It was great. Took down the old Queen, and then there was an extraction point right next to it. So we got there, and bosh, we was off out, off of all the loot. Yeah, it's good stuff. Been enjoying it so far. I've had a couple of situations where I've just been like fully cucked and shot in the back by someone that I thought was friendly, but other than that, it's been alright. It's been good. So, what we do need to do today, however, is a bit of MX Bikes action, which is this here. So I need to get this open and ready to go. Ready for the old password. I've not played bikes in an entire week. Not touched it, not even once, since the end of the Turkey GP. So to say that we're going to be rusty today, a little bit of an understatement. Especially since I think a lot of people right now are using this time to practice ahead of the outdoors season as well. So we might be lacking in the speed department today. Although last week, I guess you could say a similar thing. Last week I felt hella wonky in practice and qualifying, and then when the races started, I feel like I actually had a decent pace there. So we'll see if we can do the same thing again today. Is this... Yeah, okay, got the right controller in. We've got the PS4 controller in. Capture display. Done. I don't even want to do it. GP. Let's just ride around for 3 minutes until next one. Probably just be on the Yamaha again today, to be honest. We had good success with it last week, so hopefully the same applies again today. Well, I've been ignoring everybody's DMs. I've not been active in Discord. I've not been active on Instagram. Just been sitting here grinding some ARC Raiders by myself, to be honest. And I've been enjoying it as well. Been enjoying like stepping away from it all for a while. That's very quiet for me. Let's turn that up. Oh, even the bike sounds different. It shouldn't sound different. Guys, bikes always feel so strange when you've had a tiny bit of time off of it. It's like it feels oddly smooth, but then also at the same time it feels like the bike doesn't go where you want it to go because you've lost the muscle memory. Say that, I've just railed that rut to absolute perfection. No, you know what, actually it might not be chalks. Maybe a week off was good for me. Don't feel as whisky as I did last week. But we will be lacking speed, but hopefully consistency's sake will be alright today. The track itself comes out in just under 3 minutes from now. Just under 3 minutes. I think, do you know what my thing is I do this every time we do a donate-a-thon as well, is I feel like I've burned myself out so much over the week or 2 weeks of donate-a-thon that I then just don't touch it for an entire week after that. Just try and regroup and regain. Got to even out the hours a little bit as well, you know? Got to even it all out. Yeah, you got to work on averages. So if I've got 140 hours in 2 weeks from the donate-a-thon, I then have to have 2 weeks off of the game, and then we'll average that down to like the 70 hours in 2 weeks, which is still a hell of a lot. That's still a disgusting amount. I'm very well, thank you, Honda. Yeah, I'm open for a fun couple of races tonight. Tonight's track is very fast, like really fast. But just going off of the real track layout, it's always going to be that way. Looks like Brad's put quite a lot of choppiness in going into the corners to try and slow that down a bit. What I did notice, it looks like a lot of that choppiness is quite uniform. So you might actually be able to hit the rough fast as well, just like you'd hit a whoop section. Don't see it upsetting the bike too much. What I have noticed, this track here, Turkey, and now Darwin as well, the ruts have gone in like a bigger direction where it looks like they accommodate a lot more corner speed than I would ideally like. And I feel like some of the other tracks, maybe it's just the layouts as well, maybe some of the tracks, the corners don't open up and flow as much. But I do definitely feel like these last 2 weeks, the tracks have been very, very quick. And I'm hoping that is not going to carry over to the outdoors stuff. That's when I've been one of my biggest gripes of outdoor stuff in the past, is they just accommodate like way too fast riding. I would definitely prefer the ruts to be shallower, because the thing about these bikes, the Supercross track is a little bit different, but outdoors, you can only go so fast when you're flat tracking. So I still think it will be faster to go in any kind of rut. So if the ruts can be a little bit shallower, so they don't allow you to carry as much corner speed everywhere, should be good. Should be fine. I can't tell you in terms of like a release date for the update Poboso's working on, but within that update is just things like getting you to like crash, for example, if you overjump something, things like that. So it'll be quite a big impact to the gameplay. The only thing that to take with that, has anyone got the password, by the way? If anyone could put the password, oh, W Reese, thank you. The only thing to take away from that, though, at the same time, is that it's like a toggle. So you can choose to have it on or off on the server side. So if it releases and it's absolutely booty cheeks and people are just getting random crashes for no reason, then the Pro Boys like won't run it anyway. It'd be similar to how Reset Delay works. You know, some people love it, some people hate it. The admins and the owners of each series and stuff can choose whether to have it on or off. But I think it'd be a net positive. Same in testing as well. If you still want the game to be like super arcadey for yourself, then it can be. You just turn it off. And if you want it to be a little bit more realistic and have consequences to trying to go too fast and just sending things to flat everywhere, then you can do that as well. But I definitely think that's the best way of going about it, is having it as a toggleable feature. Just keeps everybody happy, I think, because nobody's going to be happy 100% one way or the other, however way it goes. Hello, Mike. Very well, thank you. Yes, gamers, you stop trying to get into the shop when the track releases or when the password comes out. You've got to download these things ahead of time. Otherwise, you will be screwed. Oh, fuck. I forgot to register. I might not be racing tonight. Can I still sign up, or is it too late? I might be commentating. Because they have not allowed anybody all year to sign up late. Let's have a look. I think sign-up's finished 1 minute ago. We got... That's amateurs. Why is amateurs there? There's pro stuff. There's pro stuff. Yeah, registrations are closed. Yeah, we might be screwed, gamers. Have a look. I'll message admin about it, see if they can do it. The issue is they've been very, very strict on it this year. So I don't know if I can YouTube privilege my way to it, which will upset some people, or if I can just ask if I can commentate instead. My bad. I've been too busy Arc Raidering. Completely forgot to sign up. We will... Which way do we go? This way, I think. We will spin some laps on the track regardless anyway and see what it's like. Oh no, I can't use the excuse... Oh my god, that is a very steep rut. I can't use the excuse of technical difficulties or anything. I've been here all day. Been here all day long. Just completely forgot about it. Wasn't even on my radar. Let's see what we're rocking with then. Oh, lots of flat track action there. Oh, it's actually quite hard to get the bike turned up that hill without it going to be stepping out, because you want to keep the bike as upright as possible for them kind of bumps. Cannot see a thing under these shadows. There's a whole bunch of bumps there that I can't define. Just high quality things get cut over by the shadows. Oh my boing. Want to keep it in a higher gear going over these bumps, I reckon, just to let the suspension actually work properly. How tight is this turn? Oh my, okay. Didn't know it went there. Skrrr. LV's results today. I got no idea. No clue whatsoever on how we'll do. A lot of the results in GPs just come down to a good start or not, and I think LV's quite a good starter, isn't he? So he'll be fine. Hopefully he remembered to actually sign up, unlike myself. So yeah, I might not even be racing. If the same shadows are there for everybody, then I'm all for it. I just like having a little complaint about when the low-quality version of the track is actually better for racing and easier to see on. Because it's a self-made problem. Like, I could just go and do it, but then I also want the track and everything to look really good for the stream as well. So I was trying to, like, get my cake and eat it at the same time. I kind of got to pick and choose a struggle. It's a very, very short track. I don't know how this track would usually break down in real life, because for last year it was a mudder anyway. You're an Ols's team as well? I didn't even know Ols had a team. I didn't know Ols had a team at all. Yes. Actually, this doesn't look too rough in there. I think I can get away with not being able to see anything. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's because I've not been on the game in a minute. Can I turn... If I turn my reshade off... It's like the ground looks like quite blown out colour-wise. Like it's really, really bright. I might have to just race today without the reshade on completely. Just to try and save my eyes a little bit. But then it makes the shadow bits, like, even more grey. That is awful. Having the jump at that angle there, with the corner that's there before it. L real-life track creators for putting that... Like, why? Why would they make that? Just jump straight down the hill. With how that corner before leads you out to the left-hand side as well, and then you have to, like, hook a hard left. This outside looks strong. Holy. That looks very, very strong. Wide open around there. Not sure about the split there at all. That outside's really strong as well. Good amount of chop going into some of the corners though, so hopefully it should dissuade people from using outside only everywhere. I can't see the ruts here. That might be a problem. I couldn't tell if I clipped the bail or not on that uphill there. It didn't feel like I got any collision, but I'm pretty sure my handlebars went through it. Yeah, my pace is very, very slow right now. I mean, I gotta cut myself a bit of slack. I'm learning a new track. So you're gonna have to try and hook over to the right over all these bumps and then jump back across to the left there. That just feels very, very odd. Yeah, not sure I'm a fan of that. Oh my god, that's choppy. Yeah. When we get a pub stream. God knows. God knows, I've got a new fixation at the moment. MX Bikes is not on the list in the slightest. So I never promise anything, because I know that I'm bad for committing to things like that. It's always like a maybe. I feel like that's probably going to be the line. And then hug the inside there. Try some different route options here. That one was... it was okay until it wasn't. The exit of it was a bit wonky. Trying to get my bike turned in over some of these bumps. Oh. Foot pegs digging into the ground. That might be one of them jumps where it is just better just to send it rather than check it up and downsiding it. Don't want to get your rider off balance at all over these bumps, because it will just stand the bike straight upright. And then hook all the way over here. Try and rail that. What's the inside looking like here as well? We still go over this okay? Nah, you'd have to stretch it, so you can't get away with scrubbing that at all. Oh, a little inside action down here. I mean, tight inside was alright. I think I have to slow down a little bit more for it. You want to see a Nations on this track? I just want to see a dry race on this track, because obviously it was complete mudder when they done it before. What's happening to my bike? That was better. And that one's not very big. That's the jump that old Sasha Kunin landed on the back of Ferez. You got to slow down so much for that left side, which is why I don't think that it'll end up being worth it. I think people are going to go to the right there. I don't know if it is one line at all, to be honest, Brad. I can't work out what the fast line is or isn't at the moment. There's a couple of places that lend itself to being one line just from the track layout itself. So the turn-in jump right over the far back corner over there, I feel like naturally everybody will filter to the inside afterwards. Same with this, so you know, can't do much about the S-bend there. I can't see a thing through here. I think I'm just getting old, but yeah, I can't make out any of the bumps or the ruts through the shadows at all. Maybe I have to turn the reshade back on again. It just feels like it's a little bit too blown out. It's like these bits here is a little bit too bright for me. That's if I'm even racing. There's a chance I might not be racing because I forgot to sign up. Or something like that. Should probably check my DM, shouldn't I? Oh, they've reopened signups. There we go. We in the show. We competing. Yeah, I think usually I would stay away from inside rollers like that, but because of how far to the right of the track you need to get to open up that next downhill jump in left, I think the roller's going to be the move. Just trying to go around the outside of it and then cut across all the braking bumps, or the acceleration bumps, sorry. Not great. Yeah, I don't think that outside's going to be as OP as it felt originally. You have to check up a little bit on the exit. I do think this is going to be quite one line though. I think that's going to be the move. We will see actually if that changes with the erode as well. The erode might force people to change their line completely. do find myself keep jumping really far to the right here, but I don't know if I want that tight inside rut. And yeah, I suppose it does open you up more for that next left. I have a feeling that some of the fast 450 guys might be able to just jump over that roller from the hill. Let me turn around, try and give that a go again quickly. Could be. Thank you very much, Dickweed. Let's give that another go. First, the start's going to be hell, by the way. The start is going to be pure chaos. Because it all kind of like filters down and gets really, really narrow. But I was wondering if somebody could like square this, hit this fast, and then maybe stretch that to downside there. That'd be quite close. I think we might be a bit stinky in the old qualifying position department today, though. I have to make my gears longer. I feel I'm running out of third gear really quickly. Oh my Christ. I used every single millimetre of my suspension there. Was that one of the bumps in the... Oh my god, look at the size of that bump there. You just fall into a cavern. Yeah, those are the bits where it's under shadows, so I can't really see how deep them bumps are. So I'm glad that I tested it now, rather than it doing that in the race. That was nuts. Getting old sucks. Preach. 100%. Yep. Stretch that out. Let's try and try something different. So I've gone far inside, I've gone far outside. Let's try a little bit of like middle action. Didn't hate that. Didn't hate that at all. That felt alright. Like third right here. That was nice. It actually opens up this next corner for you quite well also. Yeah, I think you can afford to be quite patient around them two turns as well, because it's... I think the right-hander for the mechanic straight is obviously going to be very, very inside strong. Nobody's going to be able to pass you. So you can afford to take your time there. I think this is the benefit of racing EU rather than NA as well, is a lot of people will still be trying to work out the best lines. So you do have the opportunity to try and like pass people. But I think for NA they'll have worked it out by that point on where to go and where not to go. What's the time? Got 4 minutes until the qualifying servers go up. I think I'll just carry on loading the track and qualifying. I think I'll just keep riding around a little bit, see how it goes. Trying to work out what's what. I know there's a... Is there a rut here? Ah, that's what I want. That's the rut that I want. And then you can open that up nicer. And you haven't got to waste the time in the air from hitting the roller on the inside. I haven't tried... There's a second rut here that I haven't tried yet either. Let's try this one. So second rut. It was you into there. Yeah, it's alright. I get a couple of the moments where both my back wheel and my front wheel are off the ground at the same time, and then I'm kind of just a passenger. I just need to hope that I land not too wonky. Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere I've been yet where there's one line that's just like, okay, that's outrageously slow, or that's like never ever viable. So I think for racing it should be alright, as long as people are open-minded enough to try and change lines. I mean, it's MX bikes, it's always going to be a strongest line. It's the same in real life, there's always going to be a fastest line. That's why the term racing line exists. But from the rough that we've got around here, combined with the shadows, I don't know if the shadows are going to be like that for the low quality guys. If they are, there should be quite a few mistakes coming out of people, which would probably then lend itself to people being able to pass. I'm using the same setup this week that I used at Turkey last week. This week it's not really hooking up very well. I've noticed I'm not driving forwards much, I'm just kind of skipping around on the bumps themselves. Let's try and keep it on track. Let's try a tight inside. Still get over that? I can. Okay, so that's all viable as well. 450, of course. Like 250s are going to struggle to get over that triple from the inside. So I think they might have to filter around to the outside a bit more. I can do my best Sasha Kunin impression and land on somebody's back down that hill. I'm going to try this side again, just 'cause I'm not really vibing with it so far. I think there's a little drop off as well. Like, you have to slow down so much that it might not be worth it. I got no idea what place I'm in this championship. I mean, bearing in mind that I can have a look, but I don't even think I'm in like top 5, because bearing in mind I've rage quit races, had like really bad weeks. Points per round. No, I'm in 6th. Oh, actually, oh, there you go. This could be a fun little... This could spice up tonight. I'm in 6th, but I am only 5 points behind the Jan, who's in 5th. And then we've got like 50 points up there to 4th place, so... yeah, that could be nice. See if we can beat Troy by a couple of points tonight and get 5th place in the championship. That'd be good. Did we actually keep up the trend? We have. So if you look all year, so I beat Troy points, then Troy beat me in points, then I beat Troy, then Troy beat me, then I beat Troy, Troy beat me, I beat Troy, Troy beat me, I beat Troy. So actually, if history repeats itself, Troy should beat me tonight. I need to go to the toilet though before we do anything else, so... Well, as soon as I get back, we'll probably hop into the qualifying server, but give me 2 minutos, por favor. Alright. We go again. I would also like to make a little disclaimer before the race starts, which is if you see my head absolutely glistening, or if I look red, or if there is sweat dripping off me, we have entered the one hot week a year that we have in the UK, where we all get to sit here and complain that we have no AC and the houses are built to keep heat in, not let heat out. So yeah, I just thought I'd get that out there early. It's currently, what's the temperature in here? 28 Celsius in here right now. In this little box room, the PC is pumping out all kinds of heat. No, not MXBGO, MXBGP. Group 5? Yes. What is the conversion? 80, just over 82 Fahrenheit, apparently. For the American units. But again, I feel like they're different heats anyway. Even within Europe, there's different kinds of heats. Like if I go to Spain now, for example, it'll be a couple of degrees hotter in Spain than it is here. But it's like, it's less humid, and there's actually like a breeze as well. Yeah, we got the one week where we get to sit and complain about the heat and do nothing about it. Right. I'm guessing I should just you know, I'll just stick with this setup. I'll just keep running max fuel as well. I mean, hopefully if I just run a lap without crashing, it should still put me inside the top 35. I hope. I pray. Yeah, we are all good, thank you, Mr. Steels. All good in the hood. We're a little bit rusty. Not touched a game since last Monday at Turkey. So I've got to try and unlock a little bit of a flow. Oh my goodness. Can't tell if it's about handlebars hitting the bank on the right there, or if it is just like foot pegs or swing arm bottoming out. But I need to make a point to get myself over to the left to open up the corner a little bit more. I've never investigated the window units too much. I think it's more for the case of how little it's needed. The point, like, there's not much point in buying one. From what I've seen in the past, a lot of the AC units that I see available to buy are ones that you place in the window and the window comes down on top of it, which holds it in place. Now, obviously this doesn't go for everywhere in the UK, but like all of the windows in my house open outwards. So you wouldn't be able to get the AC unit there to then, and like have it like trapped in and closing in the window. So I don't know, I'm sure there's some kind of like weird system behind it, but again, for the sake of 1 week a year, I don't see much point in it. And they always say, do something that you're good at, and I'm really, really good at complaining. So, perfect week for me. In increments of cheeseburger. Maybe. I know, I think I saw a picture of Steiner's house before, but he's got it, so I think he's got an open window. But you get this whole, like, separate unit that you put in the room, and then that room has, like, a big tube that you then put out the window, and then you put, like, a big netting around the gap in the window, so you, like, it kind of stays there, you don't get all kinds of, like, bugs and shit coming in as well. And then that kind of cools down the room as well. But again, for the sake of, like, a week, that just seems like a lot of hassle and a lot of a pain in the ass. Ceiling fans, they exist. They're not, like, super common. I feel like you have to be a little bit better off in life, more higher class, more higher than middle class. But again, if the air in the house is already warm, the ceiling fan just circulates the already hot air anyway. So I don't think it'd ever do a good job of cooling you down. All I've done right now is, so I've got a landing, I've got a window just out there in the hallway. So I've got my door open, I've got my fan here, so it's hopefully bringing all of that outside air in towards me, rather than just circulating the already hot air around the room. I feel like a 200 IQ move would be to put my PC downstairs as well, in a bigger room, and then also because heat rises. I think that's the issue, is it's all kind of trapped up here. I don't know how the PC hasn't had to melt down yet at some point. I couldn't actually tell you what the outside temperature is right now. It's definitely cooler than it is inside. A lot of it is just because of my PC fan, or my PC generating the heat. Let's have a look. Oh no, it does. It says it's 28 degrees. Yeah, it's 28 right now. Again, which I think was 84. The tech that I used to do, when it was like really, really bad, was run some cold water over like a t-shirt or a towel or something, and then just put that around my neck and then have the fan pointed at me as well, because then that fan takes that cold air and makes the air cold at the same time. Yeah, this room is never cold. The fat PC's been on for 30 minutes, it's very, very toasty. Yeah, these races are open for everybody to do. Not now, not anymore, because the sign-ups for it have already closed and this is the last round of this championship, but when it comes to quote-unquote pro races, there's no licensing system or anything, it's just the fastest boys end up getting to do the race. I'm not sure where I want to go here. Also, it's just really hard to tell when you can't see any of the bumps. I can't work out where the smooth line is. That was nice. Like, that inside there was very, very nice. This is a tricky one, because that tabletop's so small, you end up jumping into all the bumps. Again, it's only a problem for 1 week a year. So I'm happy just to embrace the heat for a while. Just go to my MXB and have a look at any of the races on there. A lot of the championships have like amateur or pro-am stuff in the name as well. Usually gives you a better idea of what kind of people are going to be signed up for it. My best lap so far is currently 3 seconds off the top of this practice session. Now I may or may not have actually gone for a lap so far, but we'd like to gain a little bit more time. Yeah, I don't like that inside. I think I'm just going to go to the outside instead. Not even so much like the outside would be much faster, it's more that it's just an easier line to hit consistently. So how much chop you've got to try and finesse yourself over when you go to the inside, it's not really worth it. Unless the outside gets absolutely boofed in qualifying, well not qualifying, in the race from the road. Also, I don't know if it's suspension or if it is how the track's built, but the braking bumps are doing a good job so far of upsetting the bike, so I can't just go like pinned into a rut. Got to think about it a little bit. Give it a little bit of finesse. Not sure where I want to go here yet. I did like exiting that a little bit early. No! I just wanted to finish that lap off there to see roughly what my time was, because that was a relatively smooth lap up until that point. That outside kind of deceives you. You think you can rail it, and then right as you get to the end of it, it closes up quickly. Yeah, I'd say that crash cost me about 4 seconds, so relative time-wise, that's looking okay. Holy braking bump. Might need to enter that corner further on the right, just to not hit the deepest part of that bump at all. Notice there's some weird angles on this track, just with the track layout. Like it's not just corner straight, it's all kind of like, it all kind of serpentines together and tightens up and opens up at different intervals as well. I wonder how bad the cuts are for jumping around that corner there. But I do keep being in too low of a gear. Just hear the bike spinning up rather than accelerating me forwards. Inside there's really nice as well. Didn't mind spilling all the way to the outside on that right though. That wasn't a good lap at all, and that was only a second off of the top of this lobby. So yeah, no, you know what? We're all right. We're all right. I'd like to be maybe like a 33 in the 33s, somewhere like that, by the time qualifying ends. I imagine top times are going to be looking at like the 130s, like a low 130. I'm not going to bother taking fuel out or anything either. I'm just going to sit with the 9.5 litres of fuel. Yeah, I don't know who's doing any leaking about release dates, but I've not got a set in stone date for any updates for you. I know he's looking at kind of finalising some stuff, but I don't have like a this is the day that an update is coming out. Right. And now, qualifying begins. Where's the finish line on this track? What's the best way of beelining it across? What I'm really bad for is starting qualifying and not actually knowing what lines I'm going to be taking yet. I don't feel like I utilised my 30 minutes very well. A couple of these bumps are brutal. They just make your back end slide out straight away. Oh no, I've missed my inside. It's fine, we'll just keep it going. May as well get a banker lap in anyway. My God, this is so choppy. I like that inside there because my back wheel just barely left the ground at all on the bumps. It like soaked it up nicely. That's what I'm looking for on a track like this, is just whatever rut keeps me moving forwards the most. It's alright, little banker lap in there. Half a second off of Neon. No idea what kind of lap Neon did, if he's happy with it or not, but decent start. Well, I've seen people that reset the lap after 2 corners. It's like, you might as well just carry on riding for a while. You're better off just like building into a lap time over time, not just trying to go balls to the wall straight away, because then you're never guaranteed to get anything good. Uh oh. Okay, that's probably not going to count. But we'll carry on doing her anyway. This is my least favourite part of the track. Just the angle of that jump down the hill to then line you up for the very, very rough braking bumps. I think I'm probably going to stick to the inside here though, I do like it. You're getting a weird kick just in the exit though, which is putting me really front wheel higher. I also like hooking hard left there into that rut, so I get to skip the braking bumps out originally and then I'll fall into the rut right at the end of it. Somebody's left and rejoined qualified on a different bike, so they're not going to have a lap time. What a smart fella. The outside braking bump's not too bad as long as you hit it straight. You don't try and turn too early. Ah! You're missing that. I really, really dislike that downhill. It's not even the fact that it's rough, it's that you can't see anything. I mean, we've got people in here that don't understand about the leaving and changing bike thing yet. In fact, his lap time's not going to count from the way the results get exported because he's changed bike. What a silly goose. I don't know why I look at chat when I'm like in a qualifying lap. It's not a very smart thing to do, is it? Hmm. I don't know if it's my depth perception that's off right now, but I really am struggling to see how deep some of these bumps are until I get to them. I don't know if it's the colours or the shadows or what's going on. It really does feel like I'm playing blind right now. I also can't see anybody. I don't know if my server's gone down or if I'm just lonely on the track. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the server's gone down. Oh no, there's somebody. That's so weird. There's like 20 people in the server and I see one person. I can't complain. It's better than not being able to see where you're going because there's too many people in front of you. Oh, I hate turning rollers like that. It's so hard to get your front wheel where you want it to be. My bike's not... I'm pressing right on my controller and I feel like my bike's not getting cranked over to the right. That is very, very strange. I don't know if it's I'm in like a G-out spot, so the bike's like glued to the ground more and it won't turn over, but very, very confusing. But that is definitely my least favourite part of the whole track. It just feels very awkward. Can't see where the rut goes. Definitely need to be shifting up to third there. Just revving it out in second. I'm not actually moving anywhere. Was a slight improvement, not much. I think I'm actually pretty decent in the first sector and a bit. It's just the first half of the lap, and then second half of the lap I'm pretty wobbly. I haven't worked out what lines I want to take yet. Kind of hit that inside pretty damn quick. I don't think I gained any time. I do like that line I've got there. Where I go out around the roller and you kind of cut in afterwards. And off we go. God damn it. Hello, Krusty. Yeah, the OEM team have been waiting on a Promoso update for a very long time. But they generally can't do anything with the bikes. They've kind of reached the limits of what the bike's capable of with the parameters that the game currently allows. So when Promoso updates it and allows them wider parameters to change, then they can go about trying to make better bikes. I mean, I gotta respect Mr. Pastrana. He don't give a fuck that his lap times aren't going to count. He's still in there riding. That is awful. Yeah, that second rut could be good if it didn't spill out onto the outside there. It just, the issue with that one is it starts off good, and then it makes you square off right on the exit, so any momentum that you might have had for the whole next straight just gets deleted. And this game is all about carrying momentum. Not improving my lap time at all. I don't feel like the lap time that was my best lap was actually a very good one. Well, I had to have ruined a lap right at the end. Went way too fast into that corner. That still should have been a faster lap than what I had, though. Guess I'm getting cuts. I'm flirting with the edges of the track in a couple of places. Let's have a look. Oh, they are counting. 20... Somehow the last sector on that lap was actually better than... Okay. Okay. Damn, this feels like a really long qualifying. We've still got 13 minutes left. I'm not moving along that straight either, I'm just kind of bouncing around. Oh, you fucking fat bald guy. Why do I keep messing up that last corner? I want to go for like tight inside. I feel like it's actually pretty good though. You just cut off a lot of distance on the track. Like the outside's a really, really long way out. Pulled my weight to the left-hand side, so it just pulled me down to the ground. Couldn't save her. No, I used to run the max HUD thing, but I look at it too much. As soon as if I like have a glimpse up and I see that it's green, a lot of time I'll just end up ruining the lap there and then, so it's better off just not having it on. To each of their own. I can't see where the fucking bumps are and how big the bumps are because of these shadows. This looks so tame. This first bump here looks so tame. I get into it and I just fucking explode off the bike. Bruh. I told Brad before the season started that it should have been a mudder. I stand by that decision. It was a mudder in real life. No, it's not feeling quick today. I've not played the game since Turkey. Very slow today. I don't think we're going to have the same scenario as last week where my lap felt awful and then I was still somehow qualified third. Neon's lap time's nothing to go by because, again, he'll probably be in like 25th place getting lapped in the race. He doesn't know how to twist the opposite direction. I'm still maybe not hoping top 10, maybe, I'm not sure. Always looks slick. It's just choppy bumps. Normal soil type, but it's like if your back wheel's never on the ground properly because you're hitting bumps constantly, you're never actually getting any traction. A lot of times it's just quicker to go back to the pits rather than turn around. When it's qualifying, any a bit of time you can save to give yourself another chance at a lap, you do it. And also with the game works, a lot of the time, so say you start a lap and you get maybe 3 corners into the lap time and you crash. If you then just ride and back to the finish line to start it again, if you haven't actually passed the first sector, a lot of the time the next lap you do doesn't count anyway, so you're just wasting even more time. So you go back to the pits just to fully reset everything and then go again. Way too tight to the inside here, which then makes this too tight. Yep. Because I made that corner too tight, I couldn't turn far enough to the right up the hill over the bumps. I mean, Prado should be doing pretty damn good at Parla, considering he's been riding there a bunch. And then I feel like Elsinore's not too much different soil-wise. So he's definitely been practicing in the right stuff for it. I would be more shocked if he didn't do decent. Can't give you an actual position of where I think he's going to get, because, I mean, there's a lot of healthy riders and it's round 1, anything can happen. We saw what happened with Chase last year. Anything can go wrong. God damn, this tiny little jump. My thumbs have stopped working. Yeah, I am gonna have to hang up the sticks at some point. Like, I can do my slow-paced games, so I can play Arc Raiders, which I've been enjoying at the moment, and be fine. But when everything's coming at you this quickly, and you can't fucking see half the things that's going on, you have got a problem. That's like the most frustrating thing that happens in this game, is when both your wheels come off the ground when you hit a braking bumps, and you just kind of just sit there in the air just waiting to come back down to land and see if it works or not. I can't see any of the bumps on this straight. Got no idea if where I'm going it. Okay. I just seem to be bottoming out over everything, and it's exactly the same setup as I ran last week. Which last week did have some pretty damn big bumps as well. I think it's purely because my line choice is bad, because I can't see where the big bumps are, so I'm just kind of like riding through them rather than going around them. Oh, God. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh my God. I'm just a passenger at that point. Hmm. I cannot see where I'm going. As soon as I start hitting them braking bumps and the camera starts like bouncing the rider's head up and down, I can't see. Like, it's bad. And the camera never used to do that until the last game update, where like the rider's position and shit changed. Not to that extent, anyway. Do I have camera shake on? What the fuck is camera shake? need to have camera shake on. are, you one guy in B? What the fuck is camera shake? I mean, I don't know what settings you've got. I do not have a camera shake setting. I'm not gonna say it. I was about to reply saying, like Neon saying, rest in peace, could have had an easy low 28. I was like, don't matter when you crash your race anyway. Third person feels better. Maybe it's first. I don't know. It's very strange. Yeah, I wish there was like a gimbal on bikes like there is on the sim. Just to smooth things out a little bit, but I mean, I need to know what camera shake button you've got going on, because I need to get that installed ASAP. I don't know what setup I want to use now. Because that one I changed to didn't feel terrible. Hmm. Yeah, certainly not an easy track at all. I think it follows the similar situation that a lot of us look into it too much because everybody wants to be like the next like Rax or Cam. So everyone's trying to go a million miles an hour in qualifying, which is why a lot of the crashes happen. But to just get around and ride the track's fun. This first corner is going to be outrageous. I'm sorry? Those barrels even have collisions? Yeah, you may. Can we start for actual outdoors, so not GPs? Like take Parlour for example. You got that dog shit start with that left 180. Can we start putting like actual walls there, and not just low collision tough blocks? Or can we put like the really harsh collisions on them? Because you still may as well just go through here and be fine, rather than getting written off in all this carnage and getting sent all the way over here in the crash. Or yeah, at least put like the really harsh collisions onto them, not the really soft ones, so you can still ride through them no problem at all. I've got 3 different drinks on the go at the moment. I've got a flat Pepsi, which has been sat for a few hours. I've got a flat Iron Brew, because it's also been sat for a few hours. And then I have a room temperature water, because it's also been sat for a couple of hours. I do think KTM will be good around here, with how rough it is. I'm not about to change last minute, though. I don't know what made me buy Iron Brew. I've generally not had it in a couple of years, and I saw it in the store the other day, and was like, you know what? We'll send it. We'll have some. Try this one for a little bit longer, see how it goes. Definitely need to start bogging it around here more just to get the rear suspension working coming out the corners. See, I have to upshift to fourth there on the other setup, where on this one I can just lug it in third the whole way. Oh, I hate uphill jumps. Or uphill turning jumps to be more specific. Game is too wonky for them. The rider's weight just pulls you down to the ground. Hello, Bottas. Honestly, I don't mind exiting that rut and going into the second one, but then as soon as you're on the right-hand side of that next straight, it's just too bumpy, so you're not moving forwards at all. You need to exit that corner and hug the far left-hand side of the track. So I wonder if that outside is just better because of the slingshot you get. Ooh. Hang on, you might be able to jump over that roller. I just saw a good braking bump there. No idea. The thing is that, again, that braking bump is in a shadow. So no clue I'm actually going to be able to see it, but that one... Nah, never mind. Not enough pop. Just got a lucky bounce off of it. I love... So Stone Rider done it in Supercross and Brad's done it on a few of the outdoors tracks now. When they've started making ruts that cross over each other. So here we have outside that cuts down one, or you've got one just to the inside that spills out of it here. So obviously if you're hitting this one, your handlebars or something are probably going to clip this, so you're going to crash. And if you take this one, the bike naturally wants to keep going this way, so you have to shut off a lot or your front wheel tips over. I found that it's much quicker just to use both for the outside parts, rather than slow down at all. 71st? That's not good. Can anybody check to see where I got? 15th? Oh my fuck, yeah, well, bad. Very, very bad. Very, very bad indeed. Racing, yeah, probably in about 15 minutes. By the time everybody's in the servers and they're ready to go. Sounds about right. Race didn't make it in. 15th is like really bad though, isn't it? Especially since I qualified third last week. I know I'm one to talk, but I feel like these boys might need to get a little bit more grass in their life. Like some of those times are just fucking disgusting. Looking spicy though between me and Troy, since we're next to each other in the championship. It was only a 10th apart in quali. No clue who this guy is, but we'll see if he cheats on the start again like he did Lommel the other week. Just went inside of everything and went through the bales. The track makers can't make the tracks any more techie than they are. This track, for example, would be considered very, very techie. Issue is if you go any worse than this, the bikes just explode. Like the game can't handle it at all. So there's not much you can do about it. People saying that I've got no audio, but I'm looking at my microphone and it's coming through fine. I'm looking at my MX bikes and it's coming through fine. So I'm not too sure what to do about it. It could be my controller wire. Maybe it disconnects and reconnects and then it messes up the audio source for a second. Maybe it might just be a YouTube thing. Is it all audio, or is it just microphone, or is it just game? So I don't... me and old technical difficulties do not tend to go hand in hand. I'm not very tech savvy. Yeah, the outside's pretty wank, just without set shot for this downhill. Definitely said... I've said it like 3 times already, but I will say it again, that is by far the worst part of this whole track. Is that turn and jump and then going down the hill. I cannot... Like, my bike just doesn't want to turn right at the bottom of it. And again, because it's so dark, I can't see any of these bumps. So I'm just hitting braking bumps, and I've got no idea that they're there. I'm trying to get my rider turned to the right, and he's just not turning. To the point where actually I don't think I can really see where this rut starts. So it starts, if I go down to ground level, so it starts like there. So when I'm in this camera, like on board, I can't see that. This might very much be a just ride around and try and survive day to day. Might just be audio. It might just be YouTube then, by the sounds of it, gamers. Nothing I can do about that. Just refresh, and if anybody else says it, then by all means, if you guys in chat can let them know to refresh. There's nothing I can do about it when I'm mid-race as well. I'm not pro-amps. There I am. Oh my god, I'm like the last person to join the server. I'll turn the game volume up by like 2 ticks in game when I get in the... And I'll turn it down in my ears a bit, because the thing is, the game audio is like quite loud for me. And on my OBS, it sets like 150%. But hello, Montana. And hello, Godis as well. And I can start feeling the knee crease, the underside of my leg, in the little crease underneath the knee. She's starting to get a bit damp where it's so warm. Is it wet? No, just looks dark. Right, settings. Let's do that.
5 memberships for overall podium.
Ooh. Did I get podium? Thank you very much, Crossy. Did I get podium last week? I can't remember. I'm going to do something very brave, and I'm going to change setups just before the race starts. Yeah, I've turned it up a couple of clicks in game, so it should be a tiny bit louder, but can't really do a whole lot about it, to be honest. No, not properties. Filters. Add filter. Gain. Yes. And add like another 3 decibels of gain. Make it a little bit louder again. Qualified 15th. Very, very bad. Track's a weird one. I'm not vibing with it very well, I'll be honest. I'm not flowing around it at all. I can tell you this much for free, I am not going for the start. And because I'm feeling in like a particularly petty mood, what will be good is if I let people go for the start and then I hang back, is I will be able to watch all of the people that just cheat in turn 1 and go inside of the turn here. They just do like this shit and miss it all out. So then I get to see them, then I get to report that, and then they miss the first round of the AMA outdoors. Sounds like a good plan to me. And then after my 2 motos done today, I go and I go back topside. Go back into the Arc Raiders again. I run 9.5 litres of fuel for all of these full races. I have to try it. Like, whilst I am personally not enjoying this track so far today, I still need to give the props where they're due, because I know how much time Brad has been putting into making these tracks so far this year, and that she's just ignoring life. Oh, no practice start for you, Troy. And consider how rough this track is already, like how rough he's made it in some places. The lap times are still 1:30 lap times. So imagine if it was like pretty damn like fast anyway, how low them lap times would be. So I think he's tried to do his best to slow it down a little bit. What if I just move my monitor closer to myself? There we go, that might help. Get fully locked in. No practice start for you, Troy. I was just waiting for him to start revving so I could move in front of him. I don't know why people bother with practice starts, because the amount that you have to lean forwards and backwards or whatever changes when you push it into the gate anyway. So if the gate's not up there, you can't prepare it regardless. Oh, we're off into the Australian outback. Bit of bike life action. Hang on, we're bike lifing.
Good luck.
Hang on.
Smiley face emoji. Smiley face emoji.
Thank you, Godis. He had front flip. So you didn't even have to look at the screen. Knew it was you. Didn't even have to look. Okay, the bike life does suddenly come to it. Why have they... It's very odd that they've just built the start straight over our road. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't pay enough attention for the actual race. Interesting. We going? Is it race time or is it server close time? Oh, it's race time, gamers. Why did Blood get banned? Right. 1 in chat if you think that I finished top 10, 2 in chat if you think that I'm a washed up stinky old man and finish 11th to 35th. Jeez. Listen, as soon as Brian says smiling face emoji, I know that's one of your messages.
Winking face emoji.
I know.
Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
That's I'm already seeing 2s. It's crazy work. Who have I got next to me? Oh no, it's him. It's the Jan. I don't know what to do around this first corner, because nobody is going to brake early enough. I think people, even on the inside, are going to be drifting so far wide. Actually, I'm going to do what I said. I'm not going to go. See who cheats on the start. Cam and Rax getting into it, 100% intentional. These two are going for the championship. Yeah, well, there's a bunch of good boys there. Oh. Okay, there was... I'm just fat. Can we get... Ah, hang on. Like, whilst I remember now, can we get a counter over these two races, see how many times my bike spawns me facing the wrong way? Because I landed right, and then it spun me around full 180 last second. Because, you know, bikes just have the power to do that randomly on the ground. So that's one of one. That's like one wrong way out of one crash. Oh. Okay. We'll take that. Reset the counter. Reset the counter. Actually, no, fuck it. Keep the counter as is, because this is still, like, we're just increasing the sample size, so this is still 1 out of 1. In chat just says, take out Troy. Like, no. But why? Is it just big YouTube guy that you have to try and target him? Like we get enough shit anytime we try and do public lobbies with people just trying to take us out. Yeah, I'm going to go for it this time. I probably have no right to. Like, the guys on the right are about to absolutely dick me. I'll take the unsafe track entry. Probably get a couple of seconds of cuts for that, but surely that's much better than... Davey, I beg to Christ, please go in a straight line. I'm stressing! I can't see, there's too much in road. Not in road, too much roost. I am gonna have to start wearing glasses, you know. Like, it's bad how much I struggle to see. Sorry, mates, bear with me, and I'm jumping around a bit. Can't turn my bike. Please help. Yeah. I'm in 6th. Am I reading that right? How's that happened? I'm getting some very bad frame spikes. Like, it's not constant bad, it's just every now and then it'll ping, like, really hard. I'm starting to realise that I have been taking all the wrong lines, because everybody in front of me is doing something different. How was Aiden survive that? Shouldn't have done that there. That was a really wrong time to try and pass back, because now I'm stuck out here. Told you LV would have good 450 results if he gets a good start and he's up it. Rex chilling out in front. I think Rex is on the Suzuki as well. Did not mean to run Davey off like that, but was committed to the rut. Yeah, he is on the Suzuki. Didn't have a look to see what road they've got the race set to. 2 out of 2. Fucking backwards all the time. What's wrong with this shit game? Game is just freezing. Nuts how it just takes one crash and then all of your fucking flow's gone. Now I've gone for battling for the lead down to 4th in the space of a lap. The crazy thing is, I still have the mindset of being annoyed by not battling for a lead when I literally qualified 15th. The fucking ego on him to think that he could be battling for leads. Starting to get a lot of the really weird, like, front end starts to go and the rider's body weight pulls you down to the ground situations. I think I managed to let a lapper unlap himself as well in that situation, which is annoying. He's not doing a very good job of getting out of the way for Cam. Unless that's not Cam. Oh no, it's another lapper. Oh yeah, Cam's away gone. How long did I spend on the ground? What the fuck? Cam was 5 seconds behind me and now he's 6 seconds in front. These two just aren't going to want to get out of the way, are they? Look, oh, for fuck's sake. You've already been lapped by 3 people. Get the fuck out of the race line. I understand how this... I do understand how this year's lappers have been the worst we've ever had. That's because you've got coast and region lock. Or class and region lock both at the same time. So the gap between the top and the bottom of qualifying is worse than it's ever been. First one moved, what was the other one? think that was him moving. Scared of taking that inside though, because I didn't know if he was going to go for it. I have a really bad feeling I might be riding in a lonely P4 for the rest of this race. I've got a big gap behind. I feel like I'm making too many little mistakes to make any meaningful time up on the people in front. I mean, the only one that I could see myself catching up and passing is maybe LV, because it's definitely not going to be Cam and Rex. But if I somehow end up on a podium, we'll take that. W Pumba paid him off to get a red flag in the first race. Was it Pumba or was it Panda? I think it was Panda, not Pumba. Yeah, if he's only just into this next corner, so it's doable. And we've still got 10 plus 2. The race itself is going by very, very fast. It feels like we've only been going for 10 minutes. Need to hope that this lap is going to be nice to me. Here he is. What a guy. Love to see it. That's where he comes and like 5th gear wicks me in the next corner. And scares the shit out of me. Oh, don't loop out. Oh, don't loop out. What's wrong with me? Oh my Christ. Getting hard going like straight across that with the rough that's coming in. Guys, I don't know if I'm going to catch LV on speed. I think I need to hope he goes down. Like some of the main routes are going away. So I'm hoping that my little backup ones that I'm taking aren't too eroded. Never mind. Never mind. And now I'm stranded on top of a route as well. Now I've got 2 lappers past me, for fuck's sake. Couldn't tell you why I've just gone down there. Feel like I exited the corner very, very nicely and it just spat me off. Yeah, I think P4 is probably as good as we're going to get in this one. There's a certain level of irony to to crash in at the same time as talking about the lines that I'm taking not being too eroded, and then the back end stepping out on me. Good news. Don't see Troy inside the top 10, and we do need to gain 5 points on Troy today. Very, very good news. If I want to get 5th overall in the championship, please don't let that bike hook lift. I was waiting for it. Oh, another one. At least that's the 2 lappers. Hang on, has LV just gone down in that corner? I think I just saw a flash of orange. If so, it might be back within 5 seconds. Could have been a lapper there. Yeah, I think it was. Just making sure I get the bike fully stood up right before I start accelerating coming out of that corner now. Oh, these are both lappers. That's annoying. I had a little flash of hope there, it's gone. Really not that. I'm only 30 seconds down on the lead. I mean, I know Rex on a fucking Suzuki, but he's still Rex. It's not terrible. Is this real jams? If he's on a Fantic, then yeah, it probably is. My boy, he's come out of retirement, or he's actually qualified for a race. Uh-oh. +2. KFC has gained so much time on me. Like, I swear it was like 15 seconds when I looked a lap ago, and now it's down to 6. He is always faster though. He was faster at Turkey, but then he just made a couple of mistakes and I got past. I might have to push the grip a little bit here and risk going down, because he is definitely gaining time on me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's why I don't twist the grip. Did face the right way this time, though. That's why I just ride around the track rather than trying to race it. Good news is P6 is a good chunk behind, and KFC does have cuts actually, so if I can just stay near him and still get that 4th. 1.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Oh, I love when ruts just lead you off the track. It's probably like, it probably is a skill issue, but I always feel like in these races, anytime I even attempt to do something different to try and pass somebody, I end up getting like punished for it, and it just goes worse. So I feel like I'm always better off just sitting behind somebody and just praying and hoping that eventually they crash. The auto clutch kind of cucked me going to that corner. The clutch was pulled in. I wasn't getting any engine braking. Right. 2.3 seconds is the gap between us. He's getting cuts every lap, so he's doing something naughty. Maybe he's trying to probably stay out of the rough on a certain part of the track and missing a timing gap. I'll go back to the trench on the inside. Oh. All I had to do was sit there. I just had to sit there and be behind him, but I can't fucking help myself. Try carrying a little bit of speed, and I just fucking fold on the bumps. Which is why I don't understand, like, how qualifying laps I can be 4 seconds slower. Because I swear if I try pushing any harder, the bike just explodes. I don't understand how these boys do it. And the only thing that is refreshing about this race, it's a good and a bad thing, is all of the crashes and mistakes have been me. I think for maybe for the first time this year I've not been caught up by somebody else. Like hit a stray bike, got cross-jumped, bad lapper, like none of that. I've got to take the positives out of it as well. So this race is just me being pretty booty cheeks. Again, you get out what you get put into it, and I generally loaded up the game for the first time when the stream started since Turkey. So, you know what? Rocking up off the couch. B5, not terrible. I'm going over the bars. What? Huh? And now I've got to wait for my bike to stop moving and for it to face the wrong way for my reset delay to actually start counting down. Now I might lose my fifth, you never know. It's like with crashes like that, I've taken that same line the entire race. Not once has it even kicked me a tiny bit. And then I hit it there and my bike explodes and sends me over the bars. I don't know how I'm meant to tell that it's going to happen before it happens. Like, there's not even... I'm just venting through my process. I know that I play worse, I'm talking, but let me have this. I'm kind of in the position I'm going to be in. Like, if it gave me a little kick the couple of laps prior, I'd be like, yeah, you know what, okay, I probably should change line here. But I feel like it goes from just 0 to 100. I can feel a bead of sweat running down my forehead as well, which will make me a little bit more irritable. I still don't see a Wild Troy in the top 10 though, so this is great for the program for the points. Thinking about just how bad my round 2 was, I got 7 points. Yeah, that's probably going to give... I'm hoping that gives you cuts, like jumping all the way around the corner like that. If not, that's probably a little bit of an oversight on the track creation side of things. Oh, that was the last lap. That was a bit of a nothing burger of a race there. I was sitting behind Rex for a while there and just made a whole bunch of stupid crashes myself. The thing is, they're the kind of crashes that I just don't see coming. Like, I'm just down. Like, I can't really fight against the bike or bring it back at all. It's like I'm up, snap, down on the ground. Like, completely gone. Oh, you know what? You can tell that I haven't, like, washed my hair in, like, 2 days, can't you? Like, it's going all curly and horrible. It's like natural hair when it gets curly. I mean, look at the sweat patches under my arms, by the way. Like, it's... Should we have a look at the temperature now? 29 degrees Celsius. It's always the same, like, story with me, though, isn't it? I always qualify, like, 10th to 15th and then actually get a good finish in the race. I had a nice little back and forth with Davey in the opening laps. Where did Neon finish in the end? See him. Have a look. Cam's just said this heat is so unbearable. Reach. Let's crank this heat up as well. Oh, not the heat, crank this fan up. It's on speed 3 out of 12. If I want to... Let me max it out to 12. So if I'm talking right now, is that picking up the fan as well? When I'm not talking, it doesn't pick it up, but I feel like when I am talking, you can probably just hear wind blown in the background. I'll turn down a little bit though, so it's not too bad. Hello Squid, happy Monday. I don't know what to make of the start though. I got very, very lucky. Like, very, very lucky on that start. It's like you're almost forced to ride off the track sometimes, because it's like if I try turning tighter, I'm pretty sure someone to the left of me also went off the track. So it's like if I try turning tighter left there or slow down more, I'm just going to get hit by the people on the inside. No, I tried joining the track as safely as I could as well. Track does not reset. No, track stays rough for Moto 2. Yeah, I had a good opening couple of laps there. Do you want to know what my issue was? I had lines I was taking originally, which other people weren't, that I was comfy with. And then I started switching to the lines that everybody else was taking, because I think they were actually a little bit quicker. So then when them lines got too rough and I then wanted to go back and change my line to what I was doing originally, the muscle memory's not there anymore. So I crashed. So region lock isn't like only EU race EU and only NA race NA. Region lock is whatever series you qualify for first. So if at round 1 you sign up for EU and you qualify for it, you can only race EU for the rest of the year. You can't go and do NA as well. So you kind of have to pick and choose what series you want to do. So that already splits competition 50-50. So you got half the competition there. You've now also got, it doesn't really apply to outdoors as much, it applies more to Supercross, but you've got a coast lock, or like a 250, 450 lock. So if you qualify on a 250 for one round, you can't then go and do a 450 another round if you want to. So the talent pool of riders then kind of shrinks down more and more and more. So what happens is, all the lappers, to be fair, are actually decent in that race. I only got into the back of someone once when he moved out of the way afterwards. But what happens is you get people that aren't... I don't know how to word it without upsetting people, because they're not like direct attacks. Not very race savvy, because they haven't done much racing at a higher level, that can put in one good qualifying lap and make it inside the top 35. That when the race then starts, just kind of be a roadblock, or like try racing against leaders and such, just because they don't really know any better yet at that point. Sometimes they do know better, sometimes they just couldn't give a shit. And they're usually the ones that you see arguing in Discord after the race, where it's like, if you're faster, just move. And it's like, well, we know that's not how that works, because as soon as you try going off the fast line, usually you end up being penalised for it anyway. And in the ARL rulebook itself, it does say get out of the way for the leaders. Hello, Relish. As soon as this second motor's done, though, I'm going and getting my Arc Raiders on. Some more. A nice slow-paced game, a nice relaxing game for my old eyes to try and keep up with. Because, God, yeah, the amount of times I go through some of these corners just living on a hope and a prayer. Like, there's a whole bunch of chop going through here. I don't know if you can see this on YouTube, but this kind of V's out. So this dips down in the middle, and then goes like, so it goes down, and then it kind of V's out here, and then goes back to flat. So it's like flat, dip, up. And jumping off of this, it's hard to spot the landing. The good thing is, as the eroders come in, it's created... Ban him, he's on the track when he shouldn't be. Good thing is, these dark patches have started forming on where the bumps are, where the bikes are compressing on it quite hard. Ban him as well, get them both gone. Third place in the championship wins. Cameron wrecked running laps as if they didn't fucking need to run more laps as it is. It's like, boys, I promise you can rest. I'm sure you can wait 10 minutes to go on the track again. Fuckers have just finished a 30+2 and they're just still going spinning laps. Yeah, they are 30+2s, okay. And the road is only on 0.05. So I'm quite... I was going to say I'm surprised to see it like digging down as much as it is in some places, but it does look like people were very heavily taking one line. Troy's text would say, oh, can you guys be nice in the first corner, please? So that explains why Troy wasn't in the top 10, because he just got destroyed on the start. But I think that's how this track's going to go. I really do. What the fuck? How does something like this just spawn in? Why is there just a hole that's appeared? Like, you see, most of the rough here is like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Bruh. If you clip that, you're dead. Don't know what to do on the start on this Moto 2, though. No clue. I also don't know if it's worth me switching lines here, because this still, like, it looks bad, but it's not kicking me too terribly just yet. Famous last words. Someone's head's hitting the ground here. I mean, if I come down onto a ground level here, you guys might get a better idea of what's going on. Oh, race 2's starting now. Like, look, you can see how cupped out and choppy it is. But it still ends up being quicker than going all the way around here. So, I don't know. Right, Moto 2. No, not Moto 2. Why are we back in practice again? Oh, jump start. Jumpy starty. One person is sinking. Why are people sinking? How long ago? Bro left here as soon as the race finished, and now 10 minutes later he's only just... Okay, we might have another red flag. We might, but we'll see. We'll treat it as if it's the real one. We go again! Oh, I'm not ready for another one. My hand's still cramped. My old man fingers. You know that SpongeBob meme where his fingers like all broken? That's how I feel after these 30-minute races. I'm not ready for outdoors. Actually, I mean, the last 2 races, whilst I've been, I think, riding really, really bad, still been getting decent results. But again, a lot of it does just dictate how this first corner goes. My third gear is way, 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 way too long. Someone's in my ass. Nice, nice. Nice. I mean, I don't know if it's going to get red flag, but we fucking pray. Oh my fucking Christ. I pray it gets red flagged. If not, this is going to be a big old struggle fest to the finish. I don't think this is going to get red flagged, games. I don't trust being near Seraph. Right. Somehow that inside's gone away so fast. Yeah, I think we've got to live with the rest of this race and how it's going to go. Oh my god. I'm messing it all up. No. So any of them points I gained on the jam in the first race, gone. There's no chance of it being reset at this point. We're way too deep in. It's 2 laps deep. God. That's just not what I tried doing. Oh my god. I'm scared. I hear bikes right behind me. Oh, me and LV with each other again. I mean, I'm in 10th. God knows when that happened. I wouldn't say I'm barking, per se. Just kind of riding around the track. Troy's in 5th or 6th right now. I can't see him on the leaderboard. Either that or I passed him at some point and he was on the ground. It's kind of my only goal to beat this race, because I need to beat him by 5 points today to get 5th in the championship. Fuck's sake, just fucking hitting my handlebars on everything. Like, what's the point of having 4 ruts when they're all the same height as each other? So it's just whatever one's furthest inside ends up being the quickest. So if I'm going all the way out there, I shouldn't have as much likelihood of tagging bars as I do on like an inside line, for example. Troy's not 5th or 6th. Oh, if he's behind me then lovely. I don't think I can actually lose any positions today. Then we chillin'. No, Pumbaa. Okay, not taking that inside again. What just happened to me? I've got another hole of doom and despair just randomly appearing inside the dark texture, so I can't see it. Why is there so many just random holes forming? Oh my god, I'm so lucky there, I should have crashed. No! Oh, why am I fucking Tokyo drifting? Yeah, a little Smith grind on the rut. Fuck's sake. Like, brother. Fucking just wonkiness of this game sometimes is infuriating. Well, if anything, if I slam into a rut too hard, high side me. Put me over the top of the rut. Don't just fucking flop me about to the other direction and make me fall on the floor on my face. Ridiculous. Oh, okay. Just a couple of laps where I ride like dog shit. We'll get these couple of laps out of the way and then we'll be back to normal. Oh, I don't fucking know what to do. Just don't understand how people can ride multiple seconds lap faster than their bikes just be planted everywhere. I'm just slipping around all over the place, front end collapsing on tiny little bumps. It's getting, like, I'm getting disgustingly warm. and sweaty. Which will cause the anger levels to rise if I keep making silly mistakes everywhere. Be dead again. I acknowledge when I'm getting lucky. I 100% should be dead again then. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just not actually choosing a route. I'm just going between two of them. Bouncing out of the fucking rut that I want. I'm so happy you nearly had a 28 in qualifying for you to do that. Sick. Oh, God. Just a Steiner crash behind as well, so I could have got away from pressure. And now we're right back in the pressure. Oh my god. That's what I mean. That last race went so fast, and this one's going slowly. I've still got 10 to go. I thought it was over, but I can still possibly get another 5th place. And this race has felt like really, really stinky. I do not think I've been playing well at all in this one. I am gaining on them. Don't know if I'm going to have enough time though. I think it was only a second on LV last lap. I actually think Jake might have pulled a little bit. May as well just give her a bit of beans, hadn't we? See how long it takes for me to crash when I'm pushing. I'll give it half a lap. Pretty sure I just lost my 2-second cushion that I had over LV at the line. Oh, that's fine. Ah, God. Explain to me how I start in 2nd place and finish 5th, but I start in almost last and come back to 4th. Explain to me how that happens. And do you want to know the funny thing? I kept an eye. Do you remember that lap where I said I may as well push because there's people in front of me? That was lap 13.
Admiragen05 became a member.
And wouldn't you know it, my fastest lap was on lap 13. Thank you very much for the 5 facials, Krusty. Appreciate that. Dishing them out all over the place.
Jack Powers 403 became a member.
I think I'm all the way at like the end. There we go.
At Stratospheres became a member.
So this is where I said I may as well push.
Dog for Life became a member.
Then there was only 35s and 36s, but there was a period of time there where in 2 laps I caught LV and Jake. Like they was both 7 seconds up, and it took 2 laps. It was good. Yeah, that was good shit, LV. Really, really good shit. Thank you for riding nice and clean as well. I do appreciate it. Yeah, not too bad. That was a decent comeback there. I don't know what the gaps were up here to when I started like pushing, trying to catch the people in front. I saw at one point that all 3 of these were like 30 seconds ahead and I finished 33 behind. We did get 5th in the championship though after that. I only need to gain 5 points on Troy, and we managed to do that. Don't believe, well, actually it depends. Anyone know where Tyler got in Moto 1? Because if Tyler finished... Actually, no, he would have had to be pretty bad. He would have had to be like maybe 10th, 11th, something like that. Because either way, it's going to be Rex, Cam, and then it's going to be either Tyler or me, because I think my... No, it won't. Sorry, I think LV will be on the podium, because KFC finished in front of me, didn't he? So actually, it should be... I think it's going to be Rex, Cam, LV for the podium there. Tyler left in Moto 1, okay. Yeah, so I think I was 4th overall on the day, which, considering qualifying 15th and genuinely not touching MX bikes since Turkey finished Monday last week, I feel like that's still pretty good. Pretty good. Hello, Lewis. Hope you're alright. That was good stuff. Do you want... The thing that pisses me off about all this is why for the first half of the race am I just having these random tip overs where it doesn't... in times where I don't feel like I'm pushing very hard, I just feel like the bike suddenly explodes. So I crashed at the top of this hill. Like, these aren't big bumps. I don't think it was this one that made me crash. I think it was this one. Like, even if you land on the wrong side of this bump, like if you land here, I don't see a world where the bike just suddenly falls over on that. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I had the crash on the inside here on lap 1 because my handlebars clipped this, so I died straight away. That's fair. Don't mind that. But there's just so many just weird... I don't know, the bike just explodes out of nowhere. And I'm running good setups. Like, I'm running shit that people like Rex sends me, so they're very, very capable setups. But then when I tried going faster, with like 10 minutes left to go, because I was like, well, hang on, how have I got up to like 7th here? There's a chance of me getting top 5. There was only like a 7-second gap or something like that. I seem to have less wonkiness to it. So I generally feel like sometimes I get penalised for just trying to be patient or trying to mix things up and take different lines. I generally feel like a lot of time the fastest way is just to hammer the deepest route as hard as you can do and see if you survive. See if it's all right. Went from top 5s to 13th. I told you, Callum, because it's not sand. Only good in the sand. That end, hang on, yeah, we might need to go back and rewind and watch that endo into that corner. That was outrageous. The fact that I survived that, I couldn't tell you how. The funniest thing is, I know I do slate the game a lot, like I give the game a lot of shit. There is no universe where I should be endoing, and then the way to stop endoing is to lean further forwards. Because it somehow helps. Like if you lean forwards and accelerate, for some reason the bike does that instead. I don't get it. Does anyone know roughly what time that was on? Because I was very locked into it at the moment. I went at that moment. I think it was a little bit later than this, wasn't it? It was quite deep into the race. 16 or 17. Okay, let me fast forwards a little bit. Actually, we'll check it here. And so just look how I go into the rut. This, like, all fine, no weird kicks, nothing. Good, fine. So that's why I don't understand how literally just a lap later I can almost, I may as well have the ambulance next to me. Like it was such a severe, almost over the handlebars. Not that lap. So actually, was it really this late in? I thought it was a little bit earlier than that. No, not there. Second to last lap, okay. I was, somebody in chat just said, like, my lines at the start of the race, they weren't great, but then by the end of the race, they came good at the end, and I think I just learned how to hit them better. So this outside here, I was struggling to hit this well at all in qualifying and in Moto 1 and at the start of Moto 2. But they're, like, because it's so easy for you to, like, clip a peg or a handlebars on this as you're jumping over it, but then I learned muscle memory-wise where I need to go. So then it actually became much more viable for me than trying to go through this trench that was on the inside. So there's little bits like that. I got one scare on the inside of this where the bike just fully bottomed out. So I was like, you know what, I'm not touching that again, not going anywhere near it. So that was safe. Also didn't see many people doing this around this roller. I feel like it just gave you a much better setup to swing out wide for this next jump. And you can see from here how dark that outside is because of how much your road has been used. But I do think I was gaining time doing this. Like, it's a lot of a rougher line, but you're covering a lot less distance around the track. And there was also a hole starting to form here on the face of this, so I was just trying to stay to the right-hand side of that. And then finally, this was just getting way too cupped out and techie for me. And again, just look at where the erode is. One of these is not like the other. So there gets to a point in the race where I just need to stop taking that line. Because that's just brutal. I much preferred what I was doing there. But then I also didn't see anybody... Same as I crashed on this inside once with how the erode formed. And I never took it again. I just kept going around the outside here instead, and I feel like it helped me. So was it this lap? Oh, it was before I even got to the rough. What bump was it? It was this. I didn't get a kick off this any other time. But that's gone there. So have a look at my controller at the bottom left. Let me turn this overlay off. There you go. My right stick, you should see it like lean forwards instantly when this happens. And you'll probably also see me mashing triangle to change up the gears. Because if I get into a higher gear, I can generate more RPM and then hopefully stop myself going over the handlebars easier. The fact that I survived, that's ridiculous. It's like going over the handlebars and I lean forwards instead. Oh yeah. Can I slow that down? No, that's not how you do that. How do I slow this down? Playback speed. I couldn't do that. If you asked me to do that, couldn't do it. Could not do that intentionally. But I just got such a hard kick off. Like you can see by my shadow. See the shadow here, the front wheel, like over all the bumps. And thank God there was an outside right at the bottom of this. And that side route was quite nice. It's just hard to get there when you're not almost dying. That was nuts, though. Yeah, if you think you're going to go over the handlebars, lean even further forwards. As if that makes sense. I was vibing with this inside here. Like, it got really cupped out. Like, it had a big pocket in it. But if you slammed your front wheel into this, you skip this bit, the front wheel picks up, and then you wheelie into this. And I think I hit it really nicely a couple of times. Yeah, let's get that normal playback speed. Let me go back a lap, because the last couple of laps, when LV was close to me, I started wobbling around a lot. I was making a lot more mistakes. Take it that lap. No, I didn't take it that lap with Robo there. See, every other attempt down that hill was nice and tame. Ah, maybe I didn't take it as much as I thought. Yeah, good stuff, LV. Welcome to the absolute stinker class, where the top 2 guys are light years faster than everybody else, and then there's about 10 people that battle for third, and then the rest of them are just wobbling around all the time. Damn, I thought I took this inside much more than I actually did. Yeah. Right there, so slow that down. How do I put it on my custom amount? I have selected. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I will say that whilst the lappers can be a bit funky in 450s, when you're towards the front of the pack, a lot of the racing is a lot more respectful. So, like, if you're... I know I like to give the Element Boys quite a lot of shit. And this is more so outdoors and indoors. If you're racing around Davey, Boy, Jake, Aiden, they will be very respectful and they will take a different line. They won't just try and run through you in the line you're already in. So when you get the rare occasion, when you are around them people racing, it's actually quite fun. I finished... What place did I finish at Sweden Moto 2? It was like 7th or something like that. So the position wasn't good, but I said at the end of the race, the actual race experience itself was good fun, because I was battling with Davey and Jake the entire time. Jake, I came back from like 30th place at the start, and then I was just in my feels, like I was just like, this is shit, that is shit, whatever. And then I looked up, I hadn't looked at the standings at the top left for ages, and I looked and I was like, hang on, we got 10 minutes here, and 5th place is only 7 seconds in front, so let me actually push for a bit. And then I gained 7 seconds on UNLV in 2 laps. And I had a look at the timing at the end of the race, and it was that exact lap where I said, oh, I may as well push a little bit. That was my fastest lap of the race. But I mean, LV right there, perfect testament to 250 brain rot, 450, for the most part, decent racecraft. You're always going to get like some stinky people here and there that don't think too well. But there was no situation there riding around LV where I thought, like, I'm about to get fucking taken out here, which is what it always feels like doing 250s. So, good night, actually, in the end. Let's do a quick final temperature check for the room to see what conditions I was racing in. 29 Celsius. Let's do a quick Google search. What's 29 Celsius in Fahrenheit? 29 C to F. 80... Oh, no, yeah, it was 82, wasn't it? 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Sweating out my arse. I'm going to go and have a cold shower, and then I'm going to go and play some Ark Raiders. And then after that, I'm probably going to sit and watch NA. I'm hoping Chase is back streaming NA again. He hasn't been streaming it the last 2 weeks. I think he's been on a laptop. But yeah, we'll do that. Appreciate all of you. Love as always. And